Many people have asked me, Ronnie, where is the cave where David was hiding? Where is Adullam? And in the book of Joshua, we can read about 31 kings that are fighting Joshua. And it's written like this: the king of Adullam won. So Adullam is a settlement. Before we continue, I want to show you on a map exactly what I'm talking about. This is the map of central Israel. You can see over here the coastline. This would have been the area of the Philistines. And you have the mountain area with Jerusalem and Bethlehem. This would have been the area of the tribe of Judah and the tribe of Benjamin. And in the middle you have the plain. This would have been the battleground. Adullam is where you have the orange circle over here. Let's zoom in. The valley over here is the Elah Valley. People of Israel are on one side of the mountain, Philistines on the mountain, on the other side of the mountain, and the valley in the middle, and you have the battle of Goliath and David. This is the countryside of Adullam. This is called Park Adullam, and Adullam is a tell just next to a moshav called Aderet. So I'm going to bike the orange route and coming all the way over here to Tel Adullam. So now that we know where we are, let's enjoy this. Map on Tel Adullam, and I'm just, for those of you who can read Hebrew, you know that I'm not lying to you. You can read Tel Adullam over here. The road that you have behind me is actually the patrol road, the security barrier between the Palestinian area, Judea, West Bank, and the Israeli side. To your right, the trees, that's the Palestinian side. And the mountains further back, these are the mountains of Judea up towards Bethlehem, up towards Jerusalem. And here we have the Tel, and it's not up. There's not much to see over here. You have a few walls that are still over here. And what is special with this area, that is very soft limestone, so it's easy to make a small cave, to take out the soft limestone and build your houses or your walls from it. And what are you going to get? You're going to get yourself a cave. Some of the caves over here are man-made, and some of the caves over here are natural, and we're going to enter into the cave that you can see the opening just over here behind me. I can't tell you that David was in this cave, but this is a cave that I found up over here on the hill. And we can read about this cave twice in the Bible. First book of Samuel chapter 22 and second book of Samuel chapter 23. And we can read how David has fled from King Saul. King Saul has this love-hate relationship with David. On one hand, David plays the harp to him. David calms him. David is the hero who has killed Goliath. On the other hand, King Saul can't stop being jealous of David. King Saul has killed his 1,000, but David has killed his 10,000, right? And in the end, the jealousy drives him to wanting to kill David. And David goes out and is in the flees from Saul and departed from there and escaped to the cave of Adullam. And then we can read about the same cave, the same story, in the book of 2 Samuel chapter 23. And in the book we can read the following: how David is over here, and when David is down over here and sitting at the cave of Adullam, and the troop of the Philistines encamped in the valley of Rephaim, and David was there in the stronghold, and the garrison of the Philistines was in Bethlehem. And David said he was longing, oh, that somebody would give me a drink of water from the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate. So three men of his heroes, they go up to Bethlehem. They battle through the camp of the Philistines. They take water from Bethlehem and they bring it to David. And what does David do? He pours out the water and he dedicates the water to the Lord. How can I drink this water? And David is sometimes a very impulsive person. So here he sends 3 men to risk their life to bring water from Bethlehem. What, is there something special with the water from Bethlehem? Is there any special minerals over there? And I think that David is down over here and he feels lost. He feels homesick. I have lost everything. I was living with the king. I was living in the palace. And now all this is gone. And here I am living in a cave. He was homesick. Right? But then he realized, even if I'm homesick, I don't have any right to risk other people's life just because of a glass of water. And I think there's a teaching over here to all political leaders, to all military leaders. Yes, you have the right to send people out to battle, to war. But you better think twice before you do it. There's another interesting part also over here, and that is, who is in Bethlehem? The Philistines. Hey, wait a minute. Here we have the story of David and Goliath. I thought Israel won. And then a little bit later, in the beginning, before David becomes king, suddenly Bethlehem is occupied by the Philistines. Right? And what happened over here? When King Saul wanted to kill David, not only David became his enemy, the whole tribe of Judah. There's a split up around the country. And you know the saying, united we are strong, divided we are weak. Right? And suddenly the Philistines are up in the mountain. The Philistines are in Emek Rephaim, not far away from Jerusalem. The Philistines have occupied Bethlehem. The Bible doesn't tell us of a battle. Did King Saul lose a battle against the Philistines, so they're up in the mountain? Or did the Philistines take Bethlehem without a battle? Well, King Saul says, I'm from the tribe of Benjamin. The people of Bethlehem, the people of Judah are my enemies. So if the Philistines want to take it, what do I care? I don't know. The Bible doesn't tell us. But interesting to read that the Philistines are up in the mountain area, the area of the tribe of Judah, and they have conquered Bethlehem. Now, what is this story doing over here in the second book of Samuel, chapter 23? You know, the whole book of Samuel is very chronological. From Shiloh to King Saul, to David as a young boy, to David as a king. And then suddenly we have the story of Adullam. Now, this, I think, the chapter 22 and 23 in the Bible, this is David looking back at his life. Who should I thank? And you have chapter 22 and the beginning of chapter 23, you have this beautiful praise of God. I mean, these chapters could have been in the book of Psalms, but they're over here. It's like David saying, the first one I want to thank for being where I am today, for everything that I have achieved. I want to thank the rock of Israel, Tzur Israel. I want to thank the Lord. And then, who more do I want to thank? And David remembers his different heroes, 37 in all. Right? And he names them and he remembers all the big deeds that they made. Interesting that the last hero that he mentioned is Uriah. Who is Uriah? Uriah was the husband of Bathsheba. Right? So when David calls up Bathsheba and he's not just committing adultery with another man's wife, it's a double betrayal. Interesting chapter. Looking forward to the days when you will be back in Israel and you and me and the Bible will travel the land together. In the meantime, have a good day. Bye. Enjoy.